click on virtual machines and click on create virtual machine, and here you need to select a resource group. You can also create a new resource group directly from this page. So we are creating a test RG and a virtual machine name, test VM, and you can select the region that you want to select. I'm selecting West Europe, and availability zone, uh, as your selected zone is in preview, so it is a new feature. uh, so trusted launch virtual machines, it gives additional security to the machine, so that it has TPM enabled. And you can select the image that you want. You can select Windows, Linux, and for the size you can select multiple size that you want. If you want to use something for workload that work more on CPU, and you need to enter a username and password as an admin account for the virtual machine. You can also reset this password later from the VM blade. Inbound ports, I'm selecting enable 3389 so that we can connect it. And on the OS disk we can select standard HDD if we are not going to use it for critical. If it is critical, use SSD. And you can also attach additional disk if you want. By default it is a managed disk. If we go next to networking, we need to select a virtual network, a subnet, and a public IP if you want to connect to the virtual machine from outside or from internet. And yeah, we're creating a public IP directly from here. We either can select virtual network and subnet to the existing one, and also create a new one from here. And yeah, select the inbound ports 3389 to take RDP of the virtual machine. Load balancing, we are not using it, so none. And in the management, yeah, we can use auto shutdown to shut down the VM every evening, so that we can reduce the cost of the virtual machine. If it is not running, the cost is not applied to the virtual machine. And patch management, it's automatic. If you want, you can also manage by yourself. For backup, you can also enable backup for the virtual machine. We can do backup for daily, weekly. For monitoring, Microsoft nowadays is providing a default rules, like CPU percentage is greater than 80%, and creating alert and so on. So it's, as you can see, it's automatically creating everything. No need to configure those alerts manually. Build diagnostic is used to check if there is any issue with the virtual machine. Then you can go and check in the boot diagnostic if it is stuck or anything. Yeah, and guest diagnostic is also more details inside the virtual machine. And for the health monitor, we can also monitor the virtual machine if it is available or not over HTTP. On this page, we don't have much to configure. You can leave it blank. There is a reserve instance that you can use to save more money, but yeah, we're just creating one machine. Tags, we can create tags based on environment like dev, test, and production. It is also used for cost management purpose as well. We click on review and create. So this is all the configuration that we selected. Go through it once again and click create, and wait for it till it creates all the resources and deploy everything in Azure. Yeah, once everything is deployed, click on go to resources, and you can see that the virtual machine is created, and you can see all the information related to virtual machine, networking, size, uh, and disk size, monitoring, auto shutdown, everything. Also monitoring if there are any alerts, what kind of monitoring we have available, like CPU availability, and tags. You can see the tag environment test as well. We will go to networking settings, and then we have created 3389 RDP port, and yeah, you can go to connect on the left and connect to your virtual machine using your admin password that you set, the username and password, and connect directly because we have a public IP, and 3389 is open. Yeah, the disk size is 127 gigs, and yeah, configuration. The size of the VM, we can also change the size of the VM, and once you change the size, it tries to restart the machine, so it will be unavailable for some time. Just make sure that everybody is informed. Alerts, we can see if there are any alerts on the virtual machine, and yeah, in the automation, if we go to health, resource health, we can see how the virtual machine is doing, and if there are any health events, if it was restarted, any issues with the virtual machine, we can look here and have more information about this. So this is an overview about everything related to virtual machine and how you can create it and connect to it. So yeah, follow me for more. Thanks.